Hi, everyone. It's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to our show. Hope that you're doing okay today, that you're feeling positive and happy and ready for a new day. I welcome you here. We have lots of articles on our website, 60andme.com. And I also wanted to mention to check out our YouTube channel. We've got so much going on there these days. It's a really great community, and you're welcome to join there anytime. I also wanted to tell you what tea I'm drinking today because it is the most unusual tea I think I've ever drunk. Seriously, and that says a lot. It's actually one I picked up. Pukka had a table at a Christmas fair that I went to, and I picked up this tea bag, and I didn't really even look at it until just now, and it's called Frauenzauber. It's in German, and I had no idea what that was. So I looked it up, and it means woman's magic tea. It's a tea for women. And in it's the most interesting ingredients. It's got hibiscus, which I love, marigold, licorice, and it's got a shatavari root, which is Indian asparagus. I had no idea. All those things, there's orange peel and a few other really curious and wonderful ingredients, but it's a kind of a hibiscus red color, and it's delicious. And I tried it, and I'm going to go get some more Frauenzauber. It's a lovely tea. So anyway, you try new things all the time. So hopefully you've got something that you're trying for the first time today. It actually makes you feel kind of energized to try something new. But anyway, hope that you're doing great. Now, I was going through my cards this morning, and I picked out a few that I wanted to share with you. But in case you don't know, it's a beautiful deck of inspirational cards called Aging Beautifully. And it's got 46 cards in it. The artwork, I just love it. I mean, the person that did the artwork for these cards was so talented. She is lovely. But there's 46 of them, and they're beautiful images. And then on the back is a paragraph which talks about the concept, the topic. So, for example, we've got this one, which says, search for meaning. We've got another one here, which is lovely, called Create Abundance. And simplify your life. This is one that we all can relate to. But they're all topics, start aging gracefully. Just topics for you to reflect on and to give you tools for basically dealing with this time in your life and having some suggestions and some motivation to keep going. It's sometimes challenging, for sure. So the topic I wanted to chat to you about today is one that I think we all can relate to, and that is, if I was to ask you, are you happy? What would you say? Are you happy? Well, Delia Lloyd, who's one of our bloggers, wrote this article on this topic because she said that throughout most of her life, when people asked her that question, she went, well, not really. I don't do happy. Just like trying to think of another word to describe how you might be feeling. Contented, joyful, silly, exalted, magnificent. You can think of other words, but happy? I don't know. But she said that it seemed like a long-term word, like, something that you aspire to and you get there and then you're happy, kind of enlightenment, like you kind of get to be enlightened. And so she never wanted to be really thinking about being happy. But she said lately, in the last few years, after 30 years of saying, I don't do happy, is now starting to feel happy. I don't think she's in her 50s, but she's not 60 yet, I don't think. But, she's starting to suddenly feel happy. And I think it's emotion that she's like, wow, what's that? What's that emotion of being just happy? And she says that part of it, she thinks, is because she's been practicing what she calls mindfulness. And I call it meditation. She calls it mindfulness. It's about basically slowing yourself down, doing some conscious breathing, and looking for that blue sky inside of us. That blue sky where we just are. We're just in the present. It's a place, you could call it a happy place, where you are just, not thinking about the future and you're not worrying about the past. You're just kind of there. And I think that that's being in the present moment is one of the gifts of being 60 years old. I think we understand that. We know that we've had a lot of things happen to us in our lives that we're we didn't control. We just, like, how could you control some of those things that turned out happening that we never expected in a million years? But they are things that we got through, but we got through maybe with a bump or a bruise. And so we just managing to stay present in the moment, appreciating, having gratitude for what you've got. It's just, it just gets you through the tough times. But she raised a point here that now really struck home with me. And I want to share it with you because it's part of this whole idea of not being happy. And she talked about what she calls a scarcity mentality. This is where you feel like you don't deserve to be happy. You're taught to live in a world of scarcity and denial, and especially if you were raised in a situation where you did not have a lot, or if during your life you had losses that took things away from you. You start to live in a scarcity mentality, as if anything that happens is going to end. You don't deserve to be happy, because happiness is like she said earlier, it's the destination. It's the culmination of experience and lifestyle choices. And if you don't have those things, you don't deserve to be happy. And I think that's just such a powerful, powerful statement, one that I certainly am taking to heart too. It's that fear, that risk of running out. Whether it's running out of happiness, running out of food, running out of money, running out of love, whatever it is, we feel like we're running out. It's scarce times. And I think undoing for Delia, she's mentioned that undoing that scarcity mentality has taken her a long time. And it's something that I've worked on too. And it's a very challenging thing because when you're in the middle of it, you don't feel it. You don't see it, until you realize, yes, I'm afraid to undertake this new opportunity or this new adventure because I feel that it's going to fail. That somehow I'm not worthy of it succeeding. That's tough. That's a really tough one. But she mentions a book by Julia Cameron. It's called The Artist's Way. I've never actually used this book. Have you? A lot of people do The Artist's Way exercises. It's a book and also a workbook. And she's talking about viewing creativity as a positive and generous force. It's something that you should take. You should embrace it. You should accept it in your life rather than feeling that you're not worthy of it, that you're not good enough for it. And Brené Brown talks about this as well, this vulnerability that a lot of women and men, I suppose, but lots of women particularly feel like. That, it's kind of this expansive view that says you can have it both. You can have happiness yourself and everyone else can be happy too. Because the scarcity mentality says that if someone else is happy, if you're helping someone else to be happy, that you can't have that for yourself. And it's a very limiting mindset that creates sadness and depression. So I think that's what Julia talks about in her book, The Artist's Way, is that, creativity and happiness are expansive gifts. You can take them. You can have them. They're free. You don't have to trade them for anything, and you don't have to trade them for unhappiness. You can have both. It doesn't have to run out. There's no conditions. I really, really like that analogy, and I think it reminds me, and I did want to mention this to you before we close, that we've got a place that you might be interested in knowing about that we've started 6 months ago, and it's a place where we try to encourage this mentality and get people to get to meet each other and be friends, and to take the big 60andMe community to a level where people can have conversations and they can make friends and talk about these kinds of issues that we don't really have a chance to do in a big open environment like 60andMe, the website, or even YouTube. And it's called Patreon. And it's a place that we started to help finance 60andMe by giving a small donation, whatever you can afford, $3 or more every month to help us with the business. That was how we started it. But as it's turned out, it's really turned into this amazing place where women are coming to just have a place to be together. You don't have to go through Facebook. You don't have to sign in anywhere, just into the Patreon, but it's a closed private community, and women are having a great time there. Exclusive videos, we're doing live shows every month, just talking exclusively to each other. It's cool. Anyway, I wanted to mention that because some people hear me talking about these topics and they think, I'd love to share that, but not in the big world. I want to go a little bit closer to my heart and to people who can listen. So maybe Patreon is your place. And also, as we close, I picked up a card that kind of reminded me of what both Julia Cameron and also Delia were talking about. And I hope you see this, because I picked this card. And it says, don't reinvent yourself, become yourself. And I love that card, because it's saying that you don't have to change everything. You don't have to, move or buy new clothes or do whatever to your hair. All you've got to do is shift your mindset from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. And it says here, I'll read the back because it's quite powerful. It says, reinvention isn't about change. Reinvention's about discovery. It's about learning to embrace your true self. After so many years, isn't it time to let go of other people's expectations? Isn't it time to let go of the past and embrace your truth? I really, really think that's powerful. And it's kind of what we're talking about here, is that you don't have to reinvent everything around you, nothing outside you. It's inside. It's your attitude to yourself, and that you deserve happiness. Hope that you found this useful. I actually did myself. Thank you again for being here. Thanks for all your support, and check out all our channels, and we welcome your comments in the section below. Just how often do you feel happy? And what do you think is the emotion that bubbles up inside of you when you feel happy? Leave your comments below. Let's have a conversation. We'll be back here soon, and take care of yourselves. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.